It's incredibly irresponsible for Chuck Schumer to say such a thing when the investigation is still underway. And as you rightfully pointed out, John, this crash unfortunately took place in Canadian airspace with Canadian air traffic controllers overseeing it. And the facts about the FAA are that no air traffic controllers have been let go by Secretary Duffy or this new administration. In fact, Secretary Duffy has put great emphasis on hiring the best and the brightest air traffic controllers who want to be part of the FAA, and President Trump signed a very strong executive order to ensure that the FAA and all federal government agencies are focused on merit and skill-based hiring. We want the best and the brightest, the most competent individuals in positions, especially of public safety at the FAA, the Department of Transportation, and all departments across this federal government so we can best serve the American people. So while Secretary Buttigieg and the Biden administration sat on their hands when it came to aviation safety for 4 years, this administration is taking it seriously and is actively recruiting the best and the brightest to join this very important field.
All 80 people on board a Delta plane which crashed in Toronto yesterday survived. Some passengers were left hanging upside down after the plane flipped on the runway. Delta Airlines says the 19 passengers who were taken to hospital after the crash have now been discharged. Authorities provided this update last hour.
Last night, 7 members of the Transportation Safety Board of Canada arrived at Toronto Pearson to begin the investigation. 13 more of those investigators arrived today. Members of the US Federal Aviation Administration are also here on site, participating in the investigation. We are currently without use of our longest east-west and north-south runways. This and ongoing expected additional weather conditions today will affect how fast we recover operations.
Well, this comes as new video of the crash emerged overnight. Tom Cheshire reports.
The moment when normality turns to disaster. But ends in a miracle.
Oh, no, 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 no.
The plane hit the runway hard, sheared off a wing and flipped belly up. And so 76 passengers and 4 crew found themselves dangling upside down from their seats.
Our plane crashed. It's upside down.
But all alive. They scrambled out of the jet to the tarmac and to safety.
Upside down.
For me, it was just kind of like the wheels touched down, and then all of a sudden I just remember being fully sideways, and I was looking down and just seeing like sparks and flames and whatever was grinding against the ground. And then, yeah, it happened pretty dang quick, and we were just upside down hanging from our seatbelts.
There was nothing to indicate any trouble ahead of the crash. The Delta Airlines plane, Bombardier CRJ-900, made a normal approach into Toronto Airport. But the reaction caught in the air traffic control tower showed that they feared the worst.
543 ground runway 24 data Golf altimeter 2993.
Looking at this video, it looks more like a steady, normal approach into land. What happens here?
It looks like the impact or the touchdown point is where the actual accident occurred. It's possible, because the aircraft is tilting slightly to the right, so it's rolled to the right, it's possible that the wingtip of the starboard wingtip touched the ground, causing the wing to detach, and you get the flames and the smoke immediately upon landing.
You watch this video and then you see that contact on the right-hand side, and after that, the plane detaches and it flips as a result.
You've got lift on one side from the wing that's still there and no lift on the other, so it's not balanced and the aircraft will roll very quickly.
The jet flipped as easily as a toy. But this apparently fragile shell kept its passengers safe. It could so easily have been a tragedy instead. The investigation will unpick how disaster came so close. Tom Shesher, Sky News.